What's going on, YouTube? I just want to make an updated video. Keep finding things wrong. Doesn't end. So when I purchased this car, I noticed it was going up crooked, and with the air suspension, it didn't pay any mind to it. Wasn't paying attention. So now that I got it apart, got it home, a couple things caught my eye. So the first thing, which we're gonna spin the camera around, you'll notice, if you got a good eye, you're gonna notice something. I'm not gonna say it just yet. Pull a chair up. Let's see if you can notice it. All right, so I'll let you stare at these bag perches and you tell me if you can see what's wrong with this picture here. Now, it might not look like much, but the passenger side perch is angled up more than the driver's side perch. With that being said, it's never going to raise up evenly, and it probably won't ride the grades. So anywho, I bought this. This is how I measure my pinion. This is how I measure perches when I weld them on. It's a cool little tool. It's magnetic. You just sit it on there like that. This one's coming at 21 degrees, just over 21 degrees. And this one is 22 degrees. Now, you may say to yourself, oh, it's just a degree. Well, it's more than just a degree. I mean, it's not gonna ride. It's not gonna ride right. So, unfortunately, the fix for me is I'm gonna have to rip this whole thing apart, take the whole suspension apart on this side, and I'm gonna have to plasma cut the gussets off of the bracket, and then see if I can bang down the airbag bracket to get it to the proper height of the driver's side. So it's just some more shit that I have to do that I didn't want to do, but I have to do. So, and now that the front end is aired out, you can see the tie rods on the steering aren't parallel with the lower control arms. And what will happen is, you can see the toe is towed into the center of the car. It's not supposed to do that. So what I'm gonna need to do is I'll need to make spacers, and I'll probably just end up using some grade 8 bolts with Heim's joints and get the steering corrected. So that's another thing. That's not a big deal, but so now we go to the rear suspension of the car. Okay, and the same thing. I was wondering, why do these bags look funny? So now we're gonna stick our angle finder on there, and we got 5 degrees, just almost 5.5 degrees. And now we'll put it on the other side, and we've got just over 3.5 degrees. Again, you might say to yourself, 1.5 degrees isn't really much, but if you got 1 degree off here and you got 1 degree off here, and the same thing with the front, when you air your car up, it's not gonna raise up evenly. So just some more stuff that I've got to do. I'm going to remove these lowers and make some new plates. I'm going to bend up some new trailing arms. We're going to angle them down with the frame and make them longer. Probably push them up in between those two mounts. You can see over here. I'm going to probably add about 1.5 feet to the bar. And the reason being is when you raise your car up, the shorter the trailing arm, the more your rear end slides forward underneath the car. It'll roll this way. Instead of lifting up and down like this, it's not parallel. It wants to roll, and it pushes your center line of your wheel off in your wheel housing. So that's not a big deal. I'm not really worried about that, making those. But it's just, again, it's just another thing that sets you back. So you got brackets that aren't welded on right. They're uneven. And you can see this could be out of adjustment, but this one's laying on a 2x4. And that guy over there has got about a 1/2 inch of space before it even hits the 2x4. Now there are adjustments on the back sides of those brackets, but still, you know, I mean, just things that you got to do. More stuff you got to do. I was kind of hoping to, you know, get this car together a lot faster and start, you know, progressing along, but I got all these little things that are going to set me back. So I just wanted to make an updated video. Anytime you guys weld airbag brackets, you can't do it by eye. Get yourself a little gauge like that. Cost you about 50 bucks. That'll become your best friend. It's great for setting your pinion angles. It's great for checking all your angles throughout your chassis. And you almost feel like a professional. You start buying the right tools, you start using the right tools, you start learning the right ways, and your builds just get better and better and better. So anywho, yeah, that's where we're at. I got my Porterbuilt Fab shirt on. Good guys over there, they helped me out with some deals on my suspension for my truck, my C10. They do beautiful work. I'm gonna start getting some links for you guys to check out in the description, parts that I use and people that I use. And then I got, you know, a whole bunch more. Won't get into that, we'll save it for another video, but yeah, so I think I'm going to today, I'm gonna wash this up and stick it on eBay because I need the room and I need the money to build the Bel Air. I'd like to get it done sometime soon. So underneath, they did a great job. I don't know if I showed you guys this before, but I put my safety jack here just in case. They undercoated all under here. The rockers, the inner and outer rockers are beautiful. All the braces are beautiful. It looks really good. I haven't figured out what I want to do with the fuel tank, if I want to just put a fuel cell in the trunk, but because it does sit kind of low when the car is aired out. So you can just envision this is where the car is going to lay. So if you raise it 3 inches off the ground to drive, or 2 inches off the ground, our roads here in Florida are gorgeous. You know, they're not like the New York roads that I'm used to, potholes everywhere, and yeah. But if you just take a step back and you follow the rocker to the gas tank, it's about 2 inches. So that tank is gonna hang really low, and it kind of scares me. So with that being said, that's a whole nother episode, we'll just say. But they did a good job, I think, tubbing it out. It's pretty clean. You know, they seam sealed everything up, so thank God for that. That's just, you know, one less thing I got to do, but the body is gorgeous. Go around to the front. The Firewall needs some massive love. So I'm probably just gonna cut it all out and start from scratch because it's too many thin spots where they wore through here, there, you know, there, all up top, all in here. And I just don't like it. So I'll probably just cut it all out and make up a new Firewall. If I have time. If not, I'll look and see what I can find, do some internet searching. If you guys know of anybody that builds firewalls like this, you know, pre-made, hit me up. You know, leave a message in the chat section. Yeah, so that's about it. We're gonna get started on this really soon. So just do yourself a favor, like I said, get you one of these angle finders and don't just eyeball. Measure twice, cut once, and that's a great way to, to do quality work. And that's, what needs to be done. You got to do quality work. You can't half-ass it. You got to learn. If you learn the wrong way all the time, you run into someone that says, "Hey man, you didn't do this right," and they're going to tell you, "Who the hell are you to tell me that I didn't do this right?" Yeah, so the whole time I'm talking to myself like a dumbo, and the thing wasn't even recorded. Oh my God. So a long story short, I'm a master barber by trade. Also, my parents owned haircutting shops. I got my license to cut hair, went to school, and I am really good with doing machine haircuts. So getting back to the story, we had our own shops, and I had to several times correct barbers and or hairdressers, hey, you're not doing the haircuts right. There's lines around the head. It's not blended right or whatever, what have you. And then they start arguing with you. Well, who are you to tell me? I've been cutting hair for 30 years. I've been cutting hair for 40 years, 20 years. Who are you to tell me? Well, I'm telling you, you're doing it wrong. And there's a damn line around his head and you got to fix it. So the moral of the story is, if you practice good habits and you learn the right way in life with anything, could be carpentry, could be plumbing, could be line work, journeyman lineman, anything, just anything in general, you learn the right way, you will be a better and a more successful person. So with that being said, learn to do things right the first time. Measure once, measure twice, cut once, measure even 3 or 4 times. Take your time. Buy the right tools. If you don't have the right tools, save up, borrow it, rent it, do it right. So you don't end up with stuff like this, where you have to redo, spend hours or might even be days correcting somebody else's work. And I'm not bad-mouthing the person. I'm just saying, just got to learn to do it right. Buy the tools, save up the money, and you got to do it right. So anyway, just a little rant. Get frustrated sometimes. You buy something and you think it's going to be good, and it turns out that it's not good, and you just got to start fixing stuff. And the whole frame's powder coated. I thought it was going to be good, but now I've got to cut it all apart, a little here, a little there. I guess it is what it is. So anyhow, have a good day. Leave a comment in the section. Say, hey, you're a dirtbag, whatever. Say hi. Trying to grow the channel. Share with your friends. I'd like to do this full time. Like I said, I'm semi-retired. I'm a journeyman lineman. Moved to Florida. Took that New York money, brought it down south. Went a long way. And I'd like to make some videos on YouTube and so on and so on. So we're gonna get started real soon. Got to clean up the C10 here and get it on eBay for sale. Sad because I got a lot of time and work into it and haven't really had much time to enjoy it, but it is what it is. Anyhow, have a great day. Stay safe, mask-free, virus-free, whatever you want to call it, and enjoy your loved ones. Talk soon. Take care.